Back in Milwaukee, we get set for a Division I state championship matchup between Middleton and Green Bay Preble. 53 degrees, our game time temperature. Head coach for the Preble Hornets is Christopher Becker. He is back. He's been at the helm now. 23rd year. His team at state for the 11th time, first time since 2018. They find themselves at the championship game for the third time, looking for their first golden ball. Kevin Paul's the head coach for Middleton. He has been at the helm for the Cardinals 5 years. This being the 15th state appearance for Middleton, now back-to-back. Last year being their first state appearance since 2016, looking for their third state championship. This is their fourth championship game appearance. They have 21 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. So we are ready to go as Green Bay Preble sporting the white and black. The Cardinal and black for Middleton. And the opening 40 underway to wrap up Championship Saturday.
Matt, it'll be interesting to see where the goals come from for Green Bay Preble. Got a lot of guys who've scored, but they don't have one go-to guy.
This portion of the 2024 WIAA Boys Division I Soccer Championship is brought to you by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And now the keys to the game brought to you by Menards.
For the Middleton Cardinals, they've had a highly successful year offensively. They're going to want to keep the pressure up and see if they can beat this Green Bay Preble Hornet defense. And for the Preble Hornets, finding goals. That's going to be our biggest. It's going to be their biggest challenge today against a solid Middleton defense. Are they going to be able to find goals? They've got a lot of guys who've scored goals, but they don't have any one go-to player.
Preble's been able to score a total of 64 goals on the year. They have seen 14 different goal scorers, 15 who've recorded points. Restart coming up here for Middleton. A look there at Sawyer Fitz-Randolph for the Cardinals. And swung back into play by Luke Weber. Right there in front, that trickles in.
Oh my, we didn't expect that right away.
Right there in front was Riley Can, the senior forward. And yes, he can. The Cardinals lead 1-0.
That was a perfect ball. Taller guy, right in between 2 defenders, able to put that high and on goal.
It came off the free kick taken by Luke Weber. Riley Can with the header and over the reach there. Landon Gauthier, the starting Green Bay Preble goalkeeper. Weber put it on target. Riley Can coming through with his 17th goal on the season.
Matt, that's a perfect example of why on corners, free kicks, you always want to keep a body on your guy. You don't want to give anybody a free opportunity to jump. The 2 defenders were there, but they were standing 5 feet in front of him. Ball went over their head. He just went up and headed it. It was like a drill in practice. That's why you always want to have a body on that guy, even if he might out-jump you because he's taller. But you got to challenge him. You can't give him a free look at your goal. You got to give him other things to think about. And Green Bay Preble defenders did not do that. They gave Can a free look at their goal, and there's nothing that Gauthier could do about that.
That's the 103rd goal scored by Middleton this season. They've only been shut out on 1 occasion. That was a 1-0 loss to Madison West on September the 19th.
What we talked about, one of our keys was Middleton keeping the pressure on and right away getting that goal early. That's going to be huge. What's Green Bay Preble going to do? Are they going to be able to find that goal that we talked about? They've got a lot of guys who can put it in the back of the net. No one has done it consistently this year, and it's going to be difficult for them to get back into this. Thankfully, if you're Green Bay Preble and you're a Hornets fan, they've got a lot of time. We've got a lot of game left here. We have seen goals all day long. They're definitely in this game, but that's not the start they were looking for.
Well, for Coach Pauls, that was a big concern coming into the state tournament, starting slow, and perhaps a slow start yesterday. They fell behind in the 28th minute, but came back, got goals in the 72nd and 73rd to take one from Brookfield East.
And you wonder if that's not some residual confidence here, coming out going, hey, we came back against a good, really good Brookfield East team, and right off the bat, that confidence looked like they drew that one up before the game started.
Note that Tony Murphy, typically number 90, sports jersey 22 for Middleton. So you have the Murphy twins, Tony and Jimmy. Jimmy, our featured player for Middleton, coming off a nice performance yesterday with 1 goal and 1 assist. And again, you look at the difference in time, 1 minute and 17 seconds to tie the game and take the lead late and stun Brookfield East.
Well, now we're going to see is Middleton, are the Cardinals, they going to keep their foot on the gas and go for that second goal? See if they can put this one away early, or are they content with that goal? Looks like they're looking to get the ball upfield. Preble's doing a nice job of pressing.
And you figure yesterday against Marquette, Preble, they set the tone by scoring first in the 8th minute. Marquette would tie the game in the 12th, and then in the 93rd, Edwin Santiago provided what proved to be the game winner.
Perfect example. You always want to put the ball on frame, make the goalie handle the ball. They had opportunities yesterday. Goalie mishandled a couple of balls. They came away with a couple goals. So you always want to make the goalie save it.
So again, we've seen this a couple of times now here at the state tournament, here on Championship Saturday. Some quicker starts as both teams trying to settle in. Not wasting time. Middleton in the 2nd minute, taking the initial lead.
Well, that was St. Augustine Prep, scored early. They held on to that lead. We'll see if Middleton can do the same today.
The Cardinals looking for more. Right there was tipped in front by Tony Murphy. And Landon Gauthier there for the Preble Hornets.
Nice job by Murphy, getting it to the end line, sliding it back to the 6. That's exactly what you need to do.
Off that pass from Talon, the captain, you have Bogdan Tarasenko on the touch there with Jonathan Mendez. He sports jersey 7 for Preble, and that shot attempt will go wide for Josef Navarro as we check out the Road to State, sponsored by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. See for Preble, wins against Appleton North, knocked off the Hortonville Polar Bears, beat the Kimberly Papermakers, and defeated Hudson in qualifying for state for the first time since 2018. Winning their first 4 postseason games by a combined score of 8-2, and coming up big, Tarasenko. He has been the team's offensive MVP according to Coach Becker, and gets one off his strong left foot. Came through with what proved to be the game winner in the second OT against the Hudson Raiders.
Well, we wondered where Green Bay Preble was going to find the goals. They have managed through, we just saw it up on the screen, through the playoffs, they have managed to find plenty of goals.
And Middleton's oral Road to State wins against Janesville Parker, also against Sun Prairie West, beat Oregon, and it took a shootout last Saturday to get by Madison West, a 2-2 tie through 100 and a 3-1 shootout result for Madison La Follette in qualifying for state for a 2nd consecutive year, and now trying to bring home a 2nd straight state title. And you figure both of these teams, at least if you go by seeding, pulling off upsets yesterday. The 2 Greater Metro Conference teams going down, although Middleton finishing number 2 in the final D1 state rankings. For Preble, this is a team, even though they've had a great stretch, they've been able to win 8 straight unbeaten over the last 13, unranked in the final D1 state rankings.
So that was definitely an upset yesterday, but that's why you play the games. And as I said, you put shots on frame, good things happen. You play the ball across the front of the goal, good things happen. You just never know.
Santiago shoulder to shoulder there with Quinn Davis. Davis, he was a 2023 All-Conference, little mention of the Big 8 Conference. And the Preble throw here from LeCaptain. Off the dribble, skips across in front. And the cover-up coming here from Liev Schiffman. He is the starting goalkeeper, 5'10", 210. Here's the senior.
Matt, we showed Middleton's road to the this championship game, and that how many teams had ties and then won in shootouts. You know, that's such a precarious, because those shootouts can go either way, as we saw in our Division II final. You know, Waukesha West, they won their sectional final in a shootout. Those can go either way, and they won the championship in a shootout. So the fact that Middleton's here, not that they're, obviously they are deserving as second-ranked team in the state, but how precarious that is. It's hard to get here.
Riley Can, trying to go back, far post. Never got that feed from Tony Murphy. And now for Preble. Short pass over from Talon LeCaptain. Right back the route of Christian Lopez.
So far, Middleton really dangerous on the attack. Just there, ball bounces a little differently. They get another really good opportunity at the goal. Preble's got to be careful. They don't want to fall behind 2-0.
Sent upfield with Christian Lopez. And the Cardinals take it back away. A shin guard lost in the process. Riley Can. Angling back in, Tony Murphy. Back out to Can, supporting the captain's band. Gonna dribble into the 18, but path cut off. And Yusef Navarro takes it away. A first-team All-Conference selection of the Fox River Classic Conference in 2023. Swung ahead by Talon LeCaptain. Back out to Navarro. Navarro, the co-player of the year in the FRCC, a talented deep conference of 10 schools. Right back to midfield. Off the slide. Lopez able to get back up and over to help out Edwin Santiago. Testing and passes it back here to this back line. Middleton coming across. Jimmy Murphy up the wing. Riley Can. Leaves it off. Now pressure on the backside of Jimmy Murphy. Put it back out. Tony Murphy.
So far, Middleton's just looked a little quicker. They've worked a lot of good combinations. Got to be really careful in the box. We had a takedown. Looked like it was legal.
That being Ijun King, who went down for Middleton. Got redirected and controlled again by the Cardinals. This with Luke Weber, who picked up the assist on the free kick. The header for Riley Can. Can will send it. Using this near side to Tony Murphy. Back to the ball with Sawyer Fitz-Randolph. And Fitz-Randolph will send it far post. Too much on that feed. Far side, you had Ijun King. That ball's going to roll out of play and a throw and coming up here for Preble.
Great idea by Fitz-Randolph. Just pull it back, play it to that back post. Nobody there. But that's the absolutely right play. You got to, a lot of times guys can't get that into their heads that I need to play that ball blind. I may not see a teammate there making a run, but that's the play to make. That time nobody was there. Next time somebody's going to be there because they know that ball is coming to that back post.
Come along this near side with LeCaptain. What a step up there on Dominic Lima. Navarro. Had to take it away off the side cleat with Sawyer Fitz-Randolph. Passed on the outside by Jimmy Murphy.
So far in these first 12 minutes, Middleton's just got a step, it seems. And just a step quicker than Preble is right now.
Tony Murphy headed back. We're going to see a corner kick here. And for Middleton. Middleton finishing with 6 corner kicks, 5 in the second half yesterday versus Brookfield East. As the Cardinals make 3 substitutions. There's a look at Nestor Sheriff, the senior midfielder. He'll take this corner. Middleton ended up playing 16 players yesterday. Look, goal cam, presence in front of Luke Weber, listed at 6'5".
Here we've got another big man standing in front of the goal. You want to put it on his head. Make him a threat. Make that goalie deal with that height.
Quinn Davis. A little give and go action with Brendan Maurer out there now for Middleton. Now back for Davis. Faking one way, going the other, trying to fake out Christian Lopez. A tackle on the backside that came from Talon, the captain. Lost his shin guard, but Middleton back with possession. Luke Weber. On the far side, sent back into the box. Sheriff gets through. You had Brendan Maurer in front, but picked up here by Landon Gauthier. Gauthier, when all said and done, finishing with 6 saves against the Marquette Hilltoppers. Came up with some big stops, but he's been working really hard this past offseason. Went to many camps to help prepare him for the year, and also doubling in the fall as the kicker for the Preble football team.
It's pretty impressive. It's a lot of work.
Well, can tapping it back. That ball is going to carry over. Ejun King with the look. Coming in with 3 goals and 4 assists.
Got to make sure if you're at Green Bay Preble, you don't schedule any soccer games on Friday nights. Otherwise, you're missing your star goalie.
That gets tough.
Or the football team's missing their kicker, one or the other.
Jesus Garnica. They call him Chewy. The senior forward is out there for Preble. I got a good one for you, though, and I'll get to it in a second about the other goalkeeper.
All right, I can't wait.
So out of the back here for the Cardinals with Luke Weber. Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute. So he gets a touch here, but this portion of the 2024 WIAA Boys Division I Soccer Championship is brought to you by the Wisconsin DOT. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives.
Just looking at Middleton's lineup, they've got such a height advantage.
Size, yes.
They got a lot of size. We're going to see as this game goes along how they're able to use that. We already saw it on that first goal with Riley Can putting it in, getting behind the defenders. Ball was over the top. He's a big guy, able to put it on frame and into the back of the net. We're going to see if that comes into play as this game goes along.
Parker Lamaya, the head referee from Eau Claire, with David Ripplinger from Eau Claire and James DeZiel from Altoona, the officials for this D1 championship matchup. Swung ahead by Navarro. Right there in front. Yeah, Talon, the captain, as he is back up.
That's a nice ball by Navarro, putting it in a dangerous spot. That's what you got to have if they're going to get back into this game.
No, it's a big deal, this state tournament, obviously, for the players out here on Championship Saturday. All will come away with a medal of some sort. Win, lose, draw. Same thing for the referees, though. And LeVar Ridgway up in the game a little bit. The assistant director, tournament manager of the WIAA. Apparently now, if you get selected to officiate a state tournament game, you could come away with a little coin, commemorative coin, as a hey, I was here officiating a state soccer game.
And I wonder, is that the coin that the referee then will use when he flips it before a game? I think so. I think so.
Neat little keepsake.
I know they do that for basketball officials. I have one. I got a plaque with a star on it for reffing at the girls' state championship. So I'm assuming they do that for all the state championship officials.
We see a free kick here for Ben Rowell. He's going to carry, and a piece of it did Liev Schiffman. It'll be a corner kick here for the Hornets. Green Bay Preble finishing with a total of 4 corner kicks, allowed 11 yesterday against the Marquette Hilltoppers.
Nice job by Liev Schiffman coming out hard, getting a hand on it. He made a decision. He came out and he got it, punched it away.
Schiffman got a piece. Now look at a cover up. Ball comes free. Navarro got the last look. Navarro again is blocked. And Quinn Davis going back to the outside, looking to run it down. Eli Kunatowski, who is out there, sporting jersey number 2. The ball bounced away from Liev Schiffman. And a couple of looks that came the direction of Yusef Navarro.
You want to make sure you clear that. Just there, a header, they cleared it right into the middle of the field. You want to clear it to the outsides. That's why you play a ball into the box. Anything can happen, and we just saw it there.
That last sequence, Garnica was blocked. All of a sudden, momentum starting to sway the Hornets' direction following the slow start.
Yeah,
they will throw it in.
Preble was back on their heels, but now they're on the attack.
Right there on the doorstep, you had La Captain, but then not one but a couple of looks there for Yosef Navarro.
Looked like Schiffman could have come down with that ball. I'm not sure why he had trouble just putting his hands on it and catching it, but he just didn't get a good grip on it, and all of a sudden the ball was loose. He landed on it, and it popped loose. And that was a danger area.
Good high ball, Schiffman. Again, it comes free, but a little dribble, and brings it right back in, right there, applying pressure. Jesus Garnica. Look there at Schiffman, taking over the goalkeeping responsibilities here this season. Taking over the number 1 spot. Ran with it, according to head coach Kevin Pauls. They call him a student of the game, and a backup role last year on the team brought home a state championship. And mind you, last year, Middleton, they soaked up every second they were here. They went to 2 shootouts to eventually knock off Marquette, and then Brookfield East for the Golden Ball. It was their first state championship since beating Marquette for a D1 title back in 2004. They also played for a championship but lost to Marquette in 2000.
Talk about exciting. Holy cow, that's stressful. But for Shipman, if you're Preble, he's mishandled the last 2 crosses into the box. You got to be thinking, we need to put the ball in the air across the face of goal and make Schiffman handle it, because the last couple have been a little shaky.
3 more changes for Middleton, which will include Sawyer Fitz-Randolph coming back in. A couple of changes made by the Hornets. Jordan Gorel, one of those changes. So a Hornets throw. Will fly just over the head of Edwin Santiago.
We saw the long throw there. We'll see if Preble doesn't use that as they get into the attacking third.
Davis.
Ben Rowell able to get that ball pretty far.
And sent out a play by Nestor Sheriff.
That can be a weapon when you're down the attacking third. If you got somebody who can throw it into the middle of the box there, that can be very dangerous.
Coach Paul's mentioned when talking about his team, summing them up in a few words: determined, focused, businesslike. And you kind of see that in their play. They come out, they score a goal, and no funny business. Just going out there and trying to. Well, right now they've been playing more defense than not, but at least when this game started, going to tack on more and just going about their business, trying to get downfield and keep the pressure on Landon Gauthier.
Yeah, they were on the front foot early. Now Preble is sort of settled into the game. And now they've actually been in the attacking end more than Middleton has.
Maurer on the ball. That comes across.
That is
Hornets all around, but not out of the clear just yet.
That is such an awesome ball. Right at the 6, coming hard.
And it leads to a shot off the crossbar. Murphy and then a header. Oh, a bad break there for the Cardinals with Brennan Maurer after the first look that came from Tony Murphy. And then Maurer off the post, and it skips across in front. I think they call that getting snake bit. And for Middleton, almost 2-0.
Well, the ball across should have been handled, and that shot right there.
Look at this.
Oh, I thought that was going in.
And it just rolls across for Brennan Maurer.
Hits the post, comes across. Well, I think Can played that ball across to the 6 that started that whole thing, and it was a beautiful ball, just nobody able to get on the end of it. Middleton still managed to get a couple of shots off.
Boy, look how close this was. Off the top of the crossbar, then you see the scramble, but then the header. Oh, man. Off the post, and you see it skip across that front of that goal line.
That's one where Gauthier made the wrong decision. As soon as they hit the crossbar, he chased it, and all of a sudden he was in no man's land, and he's lucky they didn't pay the price for that. And now if you're Middleton, you're looking back going, man, we had a couple really good opportunities there. Are they going to rue that, only being up 1-0?
So a Cardinals free kick. Sawyer fits Randolph.
Again, will Middleton use their height? Looked like it got deflected.
Gonna have a goal kick instead here in the 24th.
That's what I'd like to see, since they have such a height advantage, is just a little chip. Just a little chip over that wall. Get one of your big guys on the end of it. Challenge Gauthier.
Saw that free kick taken by Fitz-Randolph, a player that Coach Kevin Paul says is coming to his own this year. He's been the motor of the midfield. Super dynamic with the Twins, Tony Murphy, Jimmy Murphy, but also with Riley Cannon. Right now, Riley Cannon's got the lone goal, which came back in the 2nd minute.
Riley Cannon's been really active. We've said his name a lot. He's been around the ball, giving his teammates excellent opportunities.
Maurer back for the Hornets. Kong Cheng Vang, the sophomore defender.
Nice ball by Kang to get that whole thing started, playing that diagonal through ball. That was perfect. Always on the attack, looking to find that seam, play a ball through it, get the Murphy twins or Riley Can on the end of it.
The corner kick for Fitz-Randolph. Came in with 10 goals and a couple of assists. Get the pass now to the short corner. Right back to the foot of Ijun King. Now Davis. Will come across the pathway there. Hu Chi Vang, the junior defender. Sent behind King. Now the Preble takeaway. Nearly given back to Brennan Maurer, but the Cardinals continue to possess.
That's what Preble can't do. They defended well, but then the quick turnover, and now Middleton's on the attack again.
Again, this Cardinals team has only been shut out one time, and obviously won't get shut out here tonight. The only time they've been shut out this season was back on September 19th, and that was a game they were missing two of their key attackers. No Tony Murphy and no Sawyer Fitz-Randolph. But the experience, very helpful. Now some of these seniors, 3 straight sectional finals. Coach Paul's calling them unflappable. They got 16 guys on this roster were here last year, including 8 that saw time in the championship matchup. So they know about this moment.
They've got experience, and they've played a really tough schedule. You look through their schedule and see all the big name teams they've played. They've really set themselves up for this championship game to be battle tested.
Pick up here from Gauthier. Off the back pedal from Santiago. Going after the ball, comes up with it as 3-1 airborne with Josh Lee. A short pass outside and a clearance, but out of play for the Cardinals. Coach Paul's 2022 Big 8 Conference Coach of the Year. Got some good soccer background. He has been with Middleton since 2007, but 5th year as the head coach. Was at Madison La Follette for the 2006 season. End of that year as the interim head coach. Part of that, he was at McFarland. He coached at all levels from 1998 through 2004 after he played there from 1993 through 1996. Navarro. Out through midfield. Off the one touch there with Tony Murphy, again switching jersey numbers. Talon the captain. Going to break free with Tony Murphy. He scored a goal in the championship last year. That was a 1-1 draw. Middleton jumped in front, and then Brookfield tied the game roughly 12 minutes later. Shots were at 14-3. Brookfield East, only 3 shots for Middleton, but they got it done. So free kick here for the Cardinals. Back up for Middleton. Tony Murphy. A 2-player wall being set up with La Captain. Looks like Connor Reckinger, the sophomore defender as well.
Again, danger zone with Middleton's height. Can they take advantage?
Randolph put it back into play. Davis fires wide.
Again, nobody running across the face of the goalie. It's such a big thing. You got to get somebody going up, challenging, whether it's the defender going up for the header, the goalie going up to secure the ball. You got to get somebody in that area so there's at least some pressure. But it was an uncontested header.
So again, that last opportunity for Quinn Davis. A couple of assists to his credit. He's among 22 players with points for Middleton. He's near side with Dominic Lima.
Been really impressed with Middleton's possession. They've just done a nice job working the give and goes, possessing the ball, moving off the ball. That's a key. They've made Preble work defensively.
As Jimmy Murphy gets fouled here for Middleton. This portion of the 2024 WIAA Boys Division I Soccer Championship is brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premium is paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong.
I'm not sure what Vang was upset about. He just ran Murphy over. It was an easy call.
In almost the same spot here where Middleton was able to score to start this game.
And Preble can't keep doing this. They keep giving Middleton, they keep giving the Cardinals these good opportunities.
Good ball there from Randolph. And taken down from behind, Tony Murphy won't get the benefit of the doubt. It's just outside the box. I think Murphy's going to say, wait a minute, how was I outside?
That was close, but again, we said, man, Preble has to stop fouling around the box. They got lucky that this is going to be outside. I'm not sure.
You be the judge.
I'm
Murphy
not sure.
On the turn. I'm not sure he took a step yet in the box, but it certainly was starting to, his upper body was.
I don't think.
Look at his feet. He's
in.
Right there. That toe.
If the ref had given a PK, I don't think Preble would have any argument.
Now a stoppage of the clock.
They got lucky.
Waiting a soccer ball. We set up here by Sawyer Randolph.
They got lucky that this is outside the box, but they got to be smarter than this. They're going to pay the price if they keep fouling.
31st minute. First half D1 championship matchup. A goal for Middleton in the second minute difference. Scored by Riley Kane. It's Randolph. We have the combination of both Riley Kane along with Dominic Lima on that far side, but
I think Lima got obstructed. I think he didn't think the ball was going to come through to him, and it did, and it got on him really fast. He wasn't able to do anything with it because he certainly had an opportunity to either head it or cross it from right along that end line. It seemed like it got on him really fast. He just didn't see it.
Christian Lopez back out there for the Hornets. Owen Sand for Middleton. Middleton trying to become the only team to repeat from that last year. There were only two that had the opportunity. Shoreland Lutheran losing in D4 earlier. And now a yellow card coming out off the hard tackle. That's going to go against Tice Bergstrom. Preble had one yellow card go against in yesterday's semi. That one against Ben Rowell, but that was more for a celebration. This with a physical play off the tackle with the knee. Taking down Tony Murphy from the backside. Murphy, we've talked about that with other key players for respective teams. Not that you ever want to get comfortable with it, but he's certainly seen his fair share of tackles from the opposition.
Well, Preble is playing a dangerous game. This is the third dangerous area we've had a free kick from.
Now it's through the hands of Gauthier. Comes to the near side here with the captain. Hard collision here. Preble wants a yellow. They may get it. Boy, Owen Sand just came in. He's going back out with a yellow card here in the 32nd.
That's a tough one. He came up hard, came a little late. I think he got must have gotten his cleat up. I'm not sure. What is he supposed to do? Because the offensive player is coming right at him. He comes up, he stops, and it looks bad. From this angle we have,
sure,
that looks horrible. But if you look at it from that the goal camera from behind the goal, you can tell he just planted. The offensive player was the one who initiated all that contact. I'm not saying it's a foul. I'm not sure it's a yellow card foul. It looked a lot worse than it really was.
Oh, Santiago hitting the turf for Preble, and you wonder, too, and it's easy to do, but you wonder how much the crowd reaction, the players' reaction plays in all the emotion.
Yep. These guys watch, they watch professional soccer. They know how to embellish a little bit. You get fouled.
But even getting the yellow card issue.
Making it look like you got corkscrewed into the ground, and the ref, like you said, you got the crowd. You just had a yellow card going the other way, so the ref feels like, okay, that looked like a pretty hard tackle from where I was at.
But I like the fact you try to take control. This could get out of hand.
Yep.
As the game goes on, right now there's been 13 combined fouls, 9 of which against Preble.
I agree. I think you got to err on the side of rather have taken control than the opposite.
So a set up here for Dominic Lima. We're going to send this one around Santiago.
Again, can Middleton take advantage? They just haven't really done anything with all these opportunities they've had.
Kong Chang Bang on that far side. You also have Nestor Sheriff out there for Middleton. As Preble gets ready to throw it in here in the 34th. And back up with Santiago. He went down and appears to be all right. He's been down a couple of times as of late.
Things have certainly slowed down a little bit from that opening sequence from Middleton, and then we had Preble getting some decent looks. Now we've had Middleton for the most part these last 20 minutes in their attacking half.
Short pass over to Christian Lopez. Now at the feet here of Josef Navarro. Want to build here for Preble. You have Santiago on the run. And picked back up here by Schiffman. So here we go. So for Schiffman, okay, talking about staying busy. Mentioned with Landon Gauthier, busy with soccer, with football here in the fall. For Liev Schiffman, he was busy being the lead in the fall musical at Middleton High School. And I want to make sure you know this character, Gaston in Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
At least one of my broadcast partners watches Beauty and the Beast.
I've seen it numerous times, actually.
Brought it up last night, and I got a puzzled look.
I don't know. He doesn't look like Gaston to me, though.
I don't know. If we get a shot of him later, you be the judge.
He looks more like, who's Gaston's buddy in that movie? That's who he looks like.
Look there at Lee.
Just saying, I don't produce musicals or anything, but if I'm a talent coordinator and I'm evaluating talent,
but
that's
think
what
about,
I'm thinking.
But think about this. That takes a lot of time and commitment, and good for him. On top of the fact, how do you juggle it all?
And he is going to school, right?
Yeah,
okay.
By all accounts.
How do you, as far as we know, he's still attending classes. How do you do all that? How do you got a 2-hour soccer practice, musical practice, that's every day after school.
See the captain passed it to the 18. Right back out with Christian Lopez going out of play. Must have a heck of a singing voice, because I know at least in the movie, you get your own solo, you get your own song.
Exactly. And got homework to do? That's impressive.
Does the kid sleep?
And he's playing in the state championship game. He's the starting goalie for.
That's a heck of a fall.
That is a heck of a fall.
Heck of a way to get your senior year started.
That's awesome.
Now moving to the other side for Middleton is Brennan Maurer. And I'm sure it was well done. Some of these high school productions these days, unbelievable.
It is amazing, yeah, what they do and the lengths they go to make it real.
On a battle for the ball, you had Jonathan Mendez. Maurer. Throwing coming up as we were inside of 3 minutes left here in this first half.
There's another one, Brennan Maurer. He's 6'3". Middleton is just huge. But they haven't been able to, other than Can's goal, they haven't really taken advantage of that height. At least yet.
Over there to Sam Keith. Santiago. Off his lead feed down the line with Tallow, the captain. All the way to the end line with Luke Weber.
Great idea on that through ball. Nice job by Weber. Keeping the offensive player away from it, but that's the kind of penetrating through ball that Preble needs to keep hitting, keep challenging and stressing that defense. Luke Weber is 6'5", by the way. At least according to the stats.
Yeah. It was last year we had a team where I just think they didn't edit their roster. Everybody was the same height.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think everybody was listed like 5'11".
No, these guys are definitely not 5'11".
Hornets will throw it in. Kong Chang Bang gave away that time with Ben Rowell.
Rowell could be a weapon here for Preble going forward in the second half. He's got a big throw. When they have it down in that attacking third, like even here.
Oh, Rowell tried.
Oh, he tried.
He tried. Being told to back up and the fans helping out.
But he can get this ball into the box. It's almost, some teams run plays off throw-ins. It's not just random. And with the big throw like that, you could certainly run some things in that box. Try and get somebody one-on-one with the goalie.
Hu Chi Vang got turned around there for Green Bay. Preble now getting back defensively. Hu Chi Vang still battling as Middleton sends it right back to midfield.
I think Middleton's done a nice job of dealing with Preble's physicality. They've handled it pretty well, haven't gotten frustrated, haven't retaliated.
Over comes with Yusef Navarro.
Nice pullback.
Kong Chang Vang, they call him KC.
So this is what Preble needs to do. Some possession, make Middleton defend.
Well, the final seconds will tick away in this first half. A goal in the second minute right now. The difference, Middleton, they're playing with the lead as they look to repeat as D1 state champions. The first half that sees Middleton come out, they outshoot the Hornets 7-5. So halftime here in Milwaukee. We'll come back and recap the day that's been thus far. But first, a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. 1-0 Middleton on top of Preble at the break in this D1 state championship matchup. Wrapping up championship Saturday, a busy day already with 3 games having gone final. Our day began in Division 4. Lake Country Lutheran, their first state championship. They shut out Shoreland Lutheran, last year's D4 state champs, 1-0. St. Augustine Preparatory Academy, on their second year of WIAA postseason eligibility. They win a state title, knocking off Sheboygan Falls 2-0. In Division 2, it took a shootout, and Waukesha West 2-1 in that shootout to win the D2 title, their first for their boys soccer program.
Matt, pretty exciting stuff all day, even though those games were low scoring. Our D3 and D4 games, a lot of end-to-end action. Elkhorn and Waukesha West gave us the defensive battle we expected. Went all the way to a shootout. Each team had opportunities during regulation and overtime, but it ended up 0-0. Waukesha West wins their first title 2-1 in PKs.
Here it's 1-0. Middleton will come back and recap the opening 40. But first, a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Middleton on top of Preble by a 1-0 score at the break in this D1 state championship matchup from the Uihlein Soccer Park in Milwaukee as we wrap up championship Saturdays. We check out the first half highlights and not take very long, but for Middleton in the second minute, after some close calls, they had the lead, but Luke Weber on the free kick. There's the header that goes in for Riley Can, as Riley Can with his 17th on the year.
Middleton's had their opportunities. They're only up 1-0. They're hoping, they're not looking back. Disappointed they didn't take advantage. Preble, Middleton's goalie, Schiffman, he's shown he's a little shaky on balls in the air. If you're Preble, get it out in the wide areas, play it across, see if you can't get some lucky bounces.
As you see, Middleton +2 in shots. They have played 17, 16 in the field. For Preble, also a couple of yellow cards. One for the Hornets, Tice Bergstrom, the other given to Owen Sands of the Cardinals. Second half is coming up in this D1 championship matchup, but first a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. To the second half we go here in Milwaukee, D1 state championship matchup that sees Middleton on top of Preble by a 1-0 score. And again, the lone goal coming back in the second minute, Riley Can from Luke Weber. As Middleton playing for a second straight D1 title. Green Bay Preble trying to win their first golden ball in this, their third championship game. They fell in a shootout to Muskego 2013. That was a 2-2 draw, lost the shootout 4-2. And then more recently, when I say recently, 8 years ago, they were in the D1 championship game in 2016 and fell to Marquette by a 1-0 score. This portion of the 2024 WIAA Boys Division I Soccer Championship is brought to you by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs.
Well, Matt, we keep talking about how difficult it is to get here. And the fact that Preble's been here before, Middleton's obviously been here before. You just keep giving yourselves opportunities to win these state championships. It's just impressive that they keep getting back and they keep getting back. And, you know, Middleton's won theirs. Green Bay Preble is looking for their first one. You can't, nothing to hang your head about. You put yourself in the championship game, and they've been playing hard. We'll see if it'll pay off.
Corner kick for Liam Haithman. He picked up an assist in the semi last year against Marquette. All kinds of traffic in front of that one. Deflects out. And you talk about the experience in D1. How about the fact that all 4 teams that qualified for state, you check out this scoring opportunity one more time. You see the header opportunity that angles out off of Aaron Madrigal out there for Preble. But the 4 teams that qualify for state in D1 all have at least 11 state tournament appearances. You go back to last year, 3 out of the 4 teams are back. The exception being Preble, taking the spot of DePere, who was here last year. And those 4 teams last year all had at least 10 state appearances. So D1 has been loaded at least the last couple of years as far as experience goes for the teams that have qualified. That look goes off the crossbar.
How many has Middleton? They put 2 off the crossbar, 1 off the post. They have come so close.
Preble like Tony Murphy with that chance for Middleton.
Preble is lucky they're still in this game. They got to take advantage. Nice pass.
Going to be thrown here for the Hornets. Trying to respond here. They're limited to 5 shots in the first half. Only 1 on goal. The lone shot on goal came from Jesus Garnica. One of the players coming off the bench. Otherwise, Yusef Navarro taking 3 shots, all off the mark. 6 players have shot for Middleton. Only Riley Can has taken more than 1. He has 2, and 1 of which on goal at 1 in.
Nice job by Can, redirecting it to Jimmy Murphy out wide.
Trying to play it back out. Weber. He has an assist in this one. So again, Weber now with 1 goal and 1 assist here at State. And then ultimately gives him now 6 goals and a couple of assists on the year.
Luke Weber's been played a really good game today. He's been actively involved, been around the ball a lot.
And Coach Paul says he's the co-anchor. The other co-anchor in the back has been the past couple of years. Only a sophomore.
I was just going to say that, only a sophomore.
Well, chance here. And Murphy, again with that opportunity, Tony Murphy. Meanwhile, stoppage in a sitting position as Jimmy Murphy back around the midfield area. Following this with Yusef Navarro. And here's that look for Tony Murphy.
Nice save by Gauthier. He was screened, and all of a sudden that ball came out from a couple of his defenders. And Murphy's lucky he didn't get it hurt. That looked worse maybe than it was.
1 goal out, 0 saved for Gauthier. Off the right cleat with Yusef Navarro. Right back on that outside with Dominic Lima.
Unfortunately, for most of the first half and so far in the second half, Preble has just not been able to string anything together. Schiffman almost hung on to it a little too long there.
Off the run with Ijun King. Murphy on the outside. As Tony Murphy tried to put the brakes down, down he goes. Hornets back up that far side. Out there is Dominic Lima from Middleton.
The Cardinals have really tried to get that ball the end line, use their speed to get around the corner. Preble has done a nice job, whether it's with their physicality or their speed, not really letting Middleton turn the corner on him.
Hafman. So Schiffman. Now here with Riley Kane. Just over 5 minutes going by here in this second half. On the Preble throw. Sending it around. Bogdan Tarasenko. Riley Can. And across midfield, Jonathan Mendez. Put it downfield, but that was disrupted. Preble had a tough time at times connecting passes in their attacking third.
Nice step up by the Middleton defender there. He saw the pass coming, anticipated, stepped in front of the attacker.
And the Cardinals' big concern coming in was starting slow. Certainly did not take them long to settle into this championship matchup. Coach Paul said that we've had a few games where we've taken too long to settle and given teams some chances we shouldn't have, and I feel like it's been the opposites here tonight. Now, granted, they haven't added on to the lead since, but now 2 minutes in, and you look, and they've had a little more than half the possession here in this championship matchup.
I think if you're Coach Paul's, you got to be pretty happy. They had the fast start. They had a little lull right in the middle of that first half. That's when Preble had a couple of opportunities out in front. There was some loose ball scrambles, but they pretty much dominated that first half, and they've started the second half out strong, been on the front foot. No slow start to the second half for the Cardinals. Nice ball. That's perfect. You get it to the end line, you drop it back to the 12. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. Nice defensive play by Preble to close that down really fast.
With Jimmy Murphy in front. And following the Cardinals foul against Luke Weber. Preble on the ball. That with Yusef Navarro. Sends it up this near wing for Hu Chi Vang. And brought in here by Lief Schiffman.
I love the run by Vang. He saw they weren't going to cover him, so he just sort of slowly, casually started jogging up. Then he took off. Navarro knew that's what he was going to do, played it to him. The cross wasn't what he wanted, but I love that play design and the opportunity, what he was thinking of doing with it. It's exactly what you want to do with Schiffman in goal. Make him use his hands. Make him prove that he can be solid.
Schiffman. A good backup there for the Cardinals. Remember, this Preble team going off an emotional win yesterday. It took 100 minutes, but knocking off the Marquette team that had played 4 previous times at state going back to 2003. Had never beaten the Hilltoppers here at state, lost in a quarterfinal to Marquette in 2003. You see this scoring opportunity. As Schiffman, a tough touch, but good backup coming there from Luke Weber.
Schiffman got lucky there. He's got to touch that outside and then play it out wide.
And a Cardinals corner kick for Sawyer Fitz-Randolph. This coming here in the 49th.
So, Matt, what you're saying is for Preble, emotional victory, big victory over the #1 seed Marquette, and tough to come back next day and have that same emotional intensity right away. And it took them a little while to get back into it. They've gotten into it, but you're playing a Middleton team, a really good Middleton team.
So 2003 was the quarterfinal loss. 2005, a semifinal loss to the Hilltoppers. Lost in 2011 in a quarterfinal to Marquette, but the game that probably stings the most to Coach Becker and this program, they lost to Marquette in the championship in 2016, giving up the lone goal in the 50th. That was on November 5th of 2016. Talking to him before the game yesterday, he still knows every detail of how that game went. He said he watches the DVD on occasion.
Oh, my. He's a glutton for punishment.
He said, man, that commentator, whew.
I heard he wasn't happy with the play-by-play. A little disappointed.
Still mad after 8 years. Now back here in the championship after getting a state for the first time since 2018. 2018, they lost in a semi against Hamilton. Here's Coach Becker. Great guy. A lot of wins under his belt.
But like we said, Matt, how awesome is it? They just keep putting themselves in a position where they're back at state or, you know, making those sectional finals. You just, you know, it's good coaching. Obviously, you got good players. Just keep finding yourselves, and eventually you're going to break through. Just when it's supposed to be, that's when it's going to happen.
That last look for Riley Can. Well, last year this team won 15 games, but then lost in a sectional semi against De Pere, who would qualify for state. The year before that, a 10-win team, lost in a regional semifinal against Germantown. But this year we'll get it done here in the postseason. Again, they have won 8 consecutive unbeaten over their last 13. They have not lost since losing to Hortonville on September the 21st.
There's no easy route playing up in the Green Bay, Appleton area or playing in the Milwaukee area. You know, there's no easy way to get to state. So if you keep putting yourself in a position where you're here, that's pretty amazing.
Got to watch out for those Foxes of Fox Valley Lutheran. Sneaky.
That's why I mentioned Appleton.
Right off the right cleat there from Middleton with Jimmy Murphy. It is odd, though, and you look, Marquette, they've been a tradition, and you look at their success, qualifying for state for the 23rd time. Only 2 times have they missed out since joining the WIAA in 2000, and yet here for a second consecutive year, failing to qualify for a championship Saturday. Last year was the first time they'd been a state but out in the championship game since 2009.
Again, amazing to keep getting back, keep getting back. But you're playing other good teams. Middleton, Preble, they're here because they're really good teams. Looked like Murphy got tripped up there right at the end. Like to see this again. Gets it to the end line. This has been successful for them when they've been able to get there.
He was clipped there by Ben Rowell.
Gets clipped. I think Preble got lucky there.
Off the Cardinals' corner, Can.
That's the right idea. Getting into that back post for your taller players like Riley Can. Just played it a little too far.
This portion of the 2024 WIAA Boys Division I Soccer Championship is brought to you by the Wisconsin DOT. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Wait for the Hornets to put this ball back into play.
See if the Hornets can mount any pressure in the second half. So far, they haven't really given the Middleton defense too much to worry about.
Another throw coming up here for the Cardinals with Hafman. First, a Middleton substitution.
Middleton just has not allowed the Hornets to just get into any sort of rhythm. We talked about not being able to connect passes. A big part of that is Middleton. It's not that Preble's not a really good team. It's just Middleton has really put them on sort of on their back heels and not allowed them defensively to get into any sort of rhythm.
Note that Brennan Maurer is back in for Middleton. And now a free kick here for the Hornets. And they're attacking side of midfield. Ball being placed here by Navarro. And they call him a leader of this team. So the team plays the way they do because of the way that Navarro plays. Coming across here for the Hornets, Kong Chang Vang.
Nice ball by Navarro. That's where that height of Middleton comes into handy.
Got away there from Mendez.
And Mendez is taking on 3 defenders. That's where you got to give it up. That's where you got to give and go. Play a little quick, easy pass, simple pass to one of your teammates, and then go. You're not going to beat 3 guys.
Navarro. We'll see this one bounce out. Hornets will keep it. So far in this 55th, shots were at 11-5 Middleton. It was 7-5 Cardinals at the break. So Middleton's added to their total since halftime. Hornets have not. As Navarro you're out of the back. Reckinger. Navarro. Here's Mendez. Had to take it away.
Again, where to? That was a nice little combo, but he got the ball back, and he's staring at 2 Middleton defenders. Didn't really have any other options other than try and go in between them.
King into the corner. Trying to wrestle it free. Now getting some help through the Hornets. Sending it down this near touch line. Off the turn. Fitz Randolph. Right back on this near side with Maurer. Swings it far side.
Nice idea. Just didn't get far enough. He had Can lurking on that far post.
At King. So right back into the box. Navarro. Going back outside. Another Cardinals takeaway.
That's what we're talking about. Just haven't been able to string passes together. Had somebody wide open, just played it a little too far to the right.
So I'll go back outside with that pass from Josh Lee. Leaves it. Off the left cleat there with Uihlein. Now the Hornets will come the other way. With Bogdan Tarasenko. Down he goes. Here comes a yellow. And there goes Brennan Maurer. That comes here in the 57th. That's the second yellow against Middleton, one tonight against the Hornets. Taking a spot will be Jimmy Murphy.
Not a bad trade-off there, Jimmy Murphy coming in. Again, frustrated, but what did you expect to happen? Took the guy down, a tactical foul, took him down from behind.
Here's Navarro. He is one of 12 seniors on his roster at 23 for Preble. Homestead, when they qualified for state, they had 23 seniors on the roster at 27.
Oh, wow.
Their first state appearance since 2008 over in Division II, lost in a semi.
It's going to be quite the rebuilding project next year.
Not all had been with the team for 4 years, but still nonetheless, at least a couple of years for most, if not all. Look at Middleton, they have 16 seniors on the roster at 25 after they lost 8 seniors from last year.
It's a great idea by Vang, playing it across the front of the goal. Didn't have any teammates there. Schiffman came out. I think Murphy could have run through that and popped it over the top with his head.
Ijun King. Now looking to make that turn with Tony Murphy. Right back toward the corner. King applying the pressure as the Hornets look for an outlet. Instead, take it away here with Haithman. Davis coming across. They will take it away from Yusef Navarro.
Not a good pass from Haithman. It was the right idea, but the Cardinals are able to keep it alive and come up with it.
Off the run here again with Ijun King. So a setup coming up here. Again, that for King. You see Uihlein, the junior defender. The corner kick for the Cardinals. So it's going to be taken here by Fitz Randolph. Lifted by Lima. Off the turn, Murphy had it blocked. And the wind up here for Tony Murphy.
There's a lot of bodies in the box. I'm not sure. You got to get it outside. You got to get that defense spread out.
Tony Murphy.
Ooh. That could have been
Navarro.
Dangerous. The slide tackle in the box almost took the attacker out.
Now the Hornets trying to counter with the speed. Up this near side of Jesus Garnica.
Is that Chewy?
That would be Chewy. That was headed here by Uihlein. On this near side with Tony Murphy. Keeps throwing me off, seen him sport jersey 22, not number 9 as he typically is. But Murphy. Right back out. And again, here comes Garnica. Or Chewy.
Vang is being really physical down there defensively at left back, and they're letting him get away with it.
Clean takeaway for Luke Weber, apparently going back outside, but it's sent right back across midfield for the Hornets. Weber. Navarro. Another takeaway. And before I could happy with a stoppage here. I'm waiting to see what happened here. I know there's some frustration. There's a player down, you see on your picture for Middleton. Tony Murphy, halting play just over the halfway point in this second half. What are you thinking? So it's been 1-0 since the second minute. What do you think here 58 minutes later?
I guess we were wondering for Preble where the goal's going to come from, but they have shown over their, the last, their playoff run against some really, really good competition, they've found goals, scoring a couple in each game until that sectional final against Hudson, winning that 1-0. Just haven't connected passes, just haven't gotten in any flow or rhythm. A lot of that has to do with the Middleton Cardinals defense. They've done such a nice job being fast, anticipating, stepping in front of forwards and midfielders, and not allowing Preble to get in any sort of a flow. Middleton, on the other hand, I know it's only 1-0, but they've hit the crossbar twice, the post once, forced a couple good saves. I mean, they've been right on that doorstep, knocking to get a couple more goals. If you're Middleton and if you're a Cardinals fan, you're hoping that doesn't come back to haunt you, the fact that you haven't increased your lead. If you're Preble, they've been scrappy, been physical. They've kept themselves in this game. Now they're going to have to take advantage. Time is running out. There's still plenty of time, but time is running out. And up until this point, anyway, in the second half, they have not shown that they can get that equalizer. So they're going to have to step it up. I don't know if Coach Becker's going to have to make some changes, put more people into the attack. They're going to have to do something just to get a little more pressure on Schiffman.
Drop ball coming here. And left back by Fitz-Randolph. Off the Hornets' left cleat of Talon LeCaptain. LeCaptain, he played well yesterday, scoring the first goal for Preble, finishing with a couple of shots, both on goal.
I think if you're Middleton, you got to be smart too. A couple times now, right here, since the drop ball, they've turned the ball over right in the midfield. You've only got a 1-goal lead. Preble is starting to hunt shots, looking to get forward fast. You got to be smart. Can't be turning the ball over in the midfield.
That was a nice move, and the Fitz-Randolph scores from a good distance. In the 61st, Sawyer Fitz-Randolph showed off his leg strength.
Of all the shots we've had today, Matt, that was the most difficult. Holy cow. Nothing Gauthier could do about that one. Top shelf.
Did you see the setup, though? I think the kids these days call that an ankle-breaking move. Right here, Murphy.
The cutback, cutback puts him on his back.
And then Fitz-Randolph. Pow!
And that's one of those where you don't think he's 25 yards out. He's not going to shoot from there, so they don't close it out fast enough. And Fitz-Randolph says, if you're going to let me shoot, I'll shoot. He drives it into the top shelf of the net.
That came after the ankle-breaking move by Jimmy Murphy.
2 of them. I think he busted the same guy, busted his ankles twice. Second time got him on the ground.
Sawyer Fitz-Randolph.
Murphy's known as a goal scorer, but how about that? How about that setup for his teammate, Fitz-Randolph, who just carried it across the defense till he had that opening. He had it on his right foot, which is exactly what he wanted.
Saw the graphic, the 11th goal now for Fitz-Randolph. Came off the pass from Jimmy Murphy. So Murphy now with at least a goal and a couple of assists here at State.
Now you're wondering, is 2 goals too much for Preble? And if you're Preble, if you're Green Bay Preble, you got to remember, you just need 1. Just get 1 back. 2 seems like, man, that's such a big number. Just get 1 back. Then get 1 back, then they're back in this game.
Riley Can. Into the corner go the Cardinals. Right now, Can's got the game winner for Middleton back in the 2nd minute.
Now, if you're the Cardinals, you want to take your time. How do you take your time, take some precious seconds off the clock without slowing yourself down? You know, they've been the aggressor most of this game. They got to keep that aggression going.
Can with the header, knocked away. Right there in front was Ejun King.
What was the call on that one?
Was King out of bounds? See it on this goal cam.
Behind.
Wow, wasn't even close.
But that's exactly what Middleton should be doing. They're playing it to that back post. They got that height, and then dropping it down to the 6. Other than it going out of bounds, that was executed perfectly.
On the outside with Tal, the captain. So Middleton, they have scored at least 2 goals in each of their postseason wins. Had not been limited to a single goal since playing a team from Illinois from Bettendorf, Iowa back on September the 28th. They have now come away with 104 goals on the year. We mentioned, when we look at pick your poison, 18 different goal scorers, all proven finishers.
That's pretty impressive. Middleton has just looked solid all day long, from their defenders to their midfielders, their forwards. Just been very cohesive all game long. Haven't really given Preble any seams, any breaks, no breakdowns. Just haven't really given Preble a chance to get themselves back into this game.
Getting a piece of it did Eli Konatowski.
Middleton's still working hard defensively. They realize this game isn't over. Preble's a dangerous team, especially now that they're wounded.
Lopez.
Great idea, switching field, switching the point of attack, had it, but just didn't execute it. Misplayed it, goes out of bounds.
See Nestor Sheriff in for Middleton. Talked about Preble and a history with Marquette at state. Preble also now with a 2nd state tournament meeting against Middleton. They played each other in the semis back in 2016. That was a 2-1 Hornets victory in overtime.
It's a little payback here for Middleton.
Perhaps, right? Yep. Not that any of these players were out there way back when, but see a cover up here for Gauthier.
Textbook, I love that. Getting it to the end line, getting it back to the 12. Solid low shot on goal.
That with Riley Can.
Nice job by Gauthier getting down. Had that one covered, but you can't do it much better. Nice back heel.
Jimmy Murphy. Using the outside, in front, Can, off his cleat. And a goal kick for Preble.
Ooh, that one got on Can pretty fast. It got deflected, and all of a sudden it was at his feet. He was standing in front of the goal, but he couldn't settle it.
As Cameron Lochi subs in for the Hornets. They finished in 2nd place among 10 in the FRCC, behind Sheboygan North, but ahead of Bayport, who took 3rd, and then both De Pere and Notre Dame Academy finishing tied for 4th. This Preble team, after winning 15 games a year ago, brought back 5 returning starters, 4 more big-time contributors. Did lose 4 of their 5 all-conference performers, but Since their loss on September 21st to Hortonville, they've been near unbeatable. They only have one tie during that stretch. Everything else is a win. A 2-2 draw against the Manitowoc Lincoln Ships on October the 8th. Also with losses this season against Kimberly and Sheboygan North, and the ties also against Appleton North and Beloit Memorial.
Just sort of puzzling, Matt. If you look at Green Bay Preble's schedule and their results, they just have a couple of puzzling ones, whether it's the tie with Appleton North, who sort of had a down year this year. The loss to Hortonville. Hortonville had a really solid team, but lose 4-1. I mean, and then come back, defeat Hortonville 2-0, a solid victory. So just some puzzling results there throughout this season. But you got to remember, you're working with high school kids.
We have an injury stoppage here with Edwin Santiago. This portion of the 2024 WIAA Boys Division I Soccer Championship is brought to you by the Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong.
Opportunity for Coach Becker to come out. You're not supposed to talk to your team at all, but they got to come up with something. Got to figure out, got to decide, what are we going to do? Are we going to put numbers forward? That's our only chance to get back into this game. Or are we going to sit and keep playing the way we have? They just haven't been able to generate enough offense, enough opportunities that they're going to come back from 2 down. So they're going to have to do something different.
See right now, Middleton taking an opportunity to stretch as well for this final stretch run as we're in the 68th minute.
See what you did there.
I wasn't even trying.
That was nice.
Thank you.
How come we keep doing the Pilates out on the field? I don't understand.
As opposed to?
I take them off the field so the game keeps going.
Well, they're still 10 to Santiago. By the way, I've not gotten confirmation. You asked last game about what happened to the bullpen cart, the injury cart. Yeah. I'm asking about all those people that parked way out in no man's land. Do they get like a cart?
A shuttle service?
Yes.
I don't know.
That's a long walk.
Because you got shuttle service. I know they, as soon as we're done
here, my walk is only a couple steps away, but I still get a shuttle.
I know. You're in no shape, though, after doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, man. It's hard to get down these stairs. You're not getting any younger.
I try to avoid the doctor these next couple of weeks. But think about that. That would be a heck of a side job.
Wouldn't that be the celebrity shuttle? Matt's shuttling people, fans back and forth from the auxiliary parking lot.
I'm looking at the new parking lot that's behind the team benches way out there. That's a long walk. There's no bridge that connects that side to this side.
Exactly. In between games, we got our celebrity shuttle service. Man, you could rack up good tips and
tip
stuff.
Your drivers.
Yeah. Yeah, there's possibilities. We got to talk to LeVar.
Sam, I got an option B and C.
See how the WIA feels about that.
So drop ball following the injury to Edwin Santiago. Wrap it up. Championship Saturday. Thanks. While we have a moment to our entire crew behind the scenes. Job well done again here this season with Morgan producing, directing our broadcast. Our great crew. Tons of folks behind the scenes, in the truck, out there on the field of play, around the booth, bringing you all the sights and sounds of the 43rd WIAA Boys Soccer State Tournament. I'm telling you, it's a long day. It started very early before the sun was up. Now the sun is set again, although we never saw it really today. But
thankfully, it gets pretty hot in this booth when that sun is coming in. As long as we're thanking people, I thought the officials have done a really nice job. Parker Lemire, our center. I appreciate just watching. He is hustling. He's getting where he needs to be. That's hard work, being that center on during a soccer game, especially a high-level game like this. And you really appreciate it when Now, you may or may not get all the calls right. That's the nature of officiating, but he's putting himself in the right spot to see everything that's happening. And that's all you can ask as a coach, that the official's working really hard for you.
T. Belgiano subs in for Middleton. Also a big thanks to the WIAA, a job well done once again, and cannot say thank you enough for the concession stand tab. We absolutely took advantage.
Matt, I wonder if we get how many hundreds of dollars in mozzarella sticks.
They're still bringing them up.
You just got the standing order. Every half hour they bring up a new batch of mozzarella sticks for Matt. They even burned through their air fryer. They had to go rent one just so Matt could have his mozzarella sticks.
Change here for Preble. Bogdan Tarasenko. He is back in, taking the spot of Aaron Madrigal. We looked out too otherwise. Maybe a little bit on the chilly side right now outside, but nothing like it was. It's probably about 10 degrees cooler last year, and the tournament was a week early.
Exactly, and I know they're talking rain today yet. We haven't seen any yet. Hopefully it holds off until at least you get to your car, Matt. I don't know about those people in the auxiliary line.
No, it looks like it's going to hold off.
They're out of luck.
Navarro. And back to the field there by Uihlein. Back along the near side. Again there with Tarasenko.
I love that defensive work by Middleton. I couldn't tell who that was, but even Navarro, just a nice job hanging on to that ball, taking that contact and hanging on to it, playing it to a teammate. But that's good D. You make the offensive player play the ball backwards. That's your job.
One opportunity here for Preble as we close in on 9 minutes left here in this second half.
Well, Preble's got to take advantage. We're getting to that point in time. They got to get that first goal to even give themselves a chance. Here's a prime opportunity. Got to get somebody. Remember, Schiffman's had some trouble hanging on to that ball.
Mendez.
Too easy. Didn't play it far enough. Want to get Schiffman moving backwards. Somebody running across the front of him, challenging him when he goes up for it. He was able to just come out and get it. Lost opportunity for the Hornets.
On this near side with Eli Konatowski. Right there is Uihlein for Green Bay Preble.
Man, Vang is such a rugged defender. He's done a nice job all game. There is no easy handling the ball down there. He is on you, being physical. He's won a ton of them back.
Going back for the Hornets was Cameron Lochi. On the attack there with Nabil Siraj, the senior midfielder, also listed as one of the 4 captains for Coach Kevin Pauls. Look there at Siraj.
Now, if you're Preble, you really got to start. You got to try and keep that ball in play. Anything that's a throw-in or whatever, Cardinals are going to take their time. Precious seconds are going to tick away. You got to try and keep that ball in play. And they just got to start moving faster. They got time. They can still possess. They can still do what they want to do, but really got to start moving and playing with some urgency.
Chance here for Middleton to make a change with Jackson Lord, one of the 16 seniors, and that's, obviously game's not over just yet, but it's certainly the way things are shaping up allows you the opportunity to player by player, couple of players by couple of players, bring in your senior class and have played a role in helping make this reality. as the Cardinals find themselves nearly 6 minutes away from a repeat after knocking off Brookfield East in a shootout last year for their second ever state championship and first since 2004. They beat Marquette by a 1-0 score.
And if you're Middleton, you want to get those subs in now, because when we get to 75, then the clock starts stopping, and you don't want that to happen.
It's funny because every coach is different, and some just don't care. They make changes, so be it.
Well,
they've gone 15 minutes now in college. Within 15 minutes, if you're the team that's either winning or the game is tied, they stop the clock. And boy, has that added some time on.
Yeah, exactly. They're up 2-0, so it's not quite as critical, but you still want that time to go away.
Ball's going to roll out along the near side here with Ijun King.
There's Vang again.
Yep.
He's a good player.
Uchi Vang right there, number 4 for Preble.
He is
stop to the clock here as Middleton taking their time to get this ball back into play.
He is not giving the Cardinals any room over there on that left side.
Off the right cleat with Teague Belgiano. Off the run to the end line with Eli Konatowski. See, boy, Preble came prepared. Already Landon Gauthier would get the spare soccer ball after that one went out of bounds. He wasn't waiting for that other ball to be kicked his direction. He was ready to go.
Exactly.
Only problem is Preble's making a substitution. As the Hornets sub in, Alex Lawrenson, the senior, he's among 12 for Coach Becker.
Came in for Vang. Vang played a really good game today.
Look at a handball. I thought they were about to get a handball here for Preble, they do. So it's going to be a free kick for Middleton as we near 4 minutes left here in the 43rd WIAA Boys Soccer State Tournament.
Well, one of the keys to our game, Matt, was where the goal is going to come from for Preble. This is what we were afraid of, is did they have that go-to guy? They just haven't been able to mount enough pressure.
This is what makes sports so odd. How things tend to come full circle. Preble's been shut out one time all year. Very first game of the season. Potentially bookend shutouts for a team that's been able to score 64 times this season. They were shut out back on August the 27th against the Kimberly Papermakers 2-0, and now in danger of a 2-0 loss in the state championship.
Yeah, you hate to have it happen at this level, but I want to give the Cardinals defense some credit too. Give credit to Middleton. Preble's obviously an awesome team. Middleton has just not allowed them to get into any kind of flow, any kind of rhythm. They've done a good job of just disrupting everything. So it's been a struggle on the attacking end for Preble.
5 shots for Preble, 15 for Middleton. If that's right, what's on the board? 0 shots for Preble in the second half.
Yeah, the Cardinals done a great job of just shutting it down. Yeah, we wondered.
Well, and that's funny because when you look at yesterday's game, Middleton had 0 shots in the first half against Brookfield East, and they came all the way back and scored to tie the game in the 72nd to win the game in the 73rd.
Yeah, you always wonder what's going to happen after halftime. Is there going to be just a little change, momentum change, whatever, just a little intensity change? It just didn't happen in the second half for Preble. But they're playing in the championship game. Absolutely nothing to hang your head about. They've had an awesome season. Played a really solid game today. Middleton was just too much to handle today.
And Preble, a team that kind of flew under the radar. Yet here they are. Middleton finishing number 2 in the final D1 state rankings. Number 1 was Brookfield East. Marquette finishing number 3, but Marquette got the number 1 seed by virtue of wins over. I'm guessing that was the argument with wins over Brookfield East and Middleton during the regular season. You see Preble start to bring in a few more of their seniors to get an opportunity to step onto the state championship stadium field.
And finally, Matt, seedings don't matter. rankings don't matter. You still got to go out and beat those teams. And Preble beat the net number 1 seed in this tournament. Marquette, major accomplishment. Hats off to them. Middleton getting back to his championship game, as difficult as it is, getting the job done today. Pretty impressive, both teams.
As we are inside of the final 2 minutes, 12th and final game. A long 3 days, but about to crown our 4th champion of the year. 3 new state champions in Division 4, 3, and 2, and about to see a repeat in Middleton.
Well, it's been an awesome day. We've seen a lot of goals. We've seen a lot of solid play, a lot of hard play. The guys all day from all the teams just been playing.
Isn't this game, though, typical of soccer? The previous game, you can't get a goal for 100 minutes. This game, 2 minutes in.
Yeah, exactly. We've had a couple of those today. You know, it sort of takes the lid off the game right away.
Right back in the corner with Riley Can. Inside of 60 seconds left.
And you can see why these teams have made it to this level, gotten to this game, just the intensity they play with, not just offensively, but defensively, communicating, getting after it, both ends of the field, and that's why they're in the state championship game.
Middleton will see their season end at 22-3-1, unbeaten over the last 12. Preble done at 17-4-3, suffering their first defeat since September the 21st. So the final 10 seconds will start ticking down. Middleton adding a goal in the second half. But for a second consecutive year, and for the 3rd time all time, the Middleton Cardinals, Division I boys soccer state champions. They knock off Green Bay Preble by a 2-0 score.
And if you think about it, Matt, Middleton had some other good opportunities, hit the crossbar, the post. I mean, Preble hung in there, but Middleton just had too much.
Riley Can with the game winner in the 2nd minute off a free kick by Sawyer Fitz-Randolph. Had an insurance goal in the 61st on a goal that was scored by Sawyer Fitz-Randolph after a heck of a move by Jimmy Murphy. And this one goes the route of the Cardinals, repeat champs. What is a 2-0 final to wrap up the state tournament? As we check out the play of the game brought to you by Wisconsin DOT. Here is that play of the game. And yeah, look at that move. That by Jimmy Murphy, picked up the assist, but then from a good distance, the insurance goal by Sawyer Fitz-Randolph, his 11th on the year. It came in the 61st, and it pretty much, in case the game wasn't over already, he put the finishing touches on the state championship win, as Middleton also recording with this W, their 12th shutout of the year.
Isn't that funny, Matt? Of all the shots Middleton had, that was the most difficult one, but that's the one they were able to get in the back of the net.
So that was your Wisconsin DOT play of the game. 0 in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. We'll come back with more from Milwaukee, but first a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Back in Milwaukee, Middleton makes it back-to-back D1 state championship. They knock off the Green Bay Preble Hornets by the final score of 2-0. Being joined by senior forward Riley Can, coming through with the game winner in the 2nd minute. Riley, tell us about that goal.
Man, it felt good. Just getting out there and getting an early one was our plan, and just being able to capitalize on it just made the day.
Take us through this season. How did this team compare to last year's championship team?
We knew we could do it again. It was our plan all season, and we just had to go out there and prove we're the best, and we're still the best, so, yeah.
Yesterday you guys were challenged, able to score in the 72nd and 73rd minutes. What was the difference in yesterday's comeback win against Brookfield East?
Just knowing that we can still compete with the best and go out there, and if we just play our game, then we can beat anybody and we can do it. So,
was there a different confidence level knowing that you guys have already been here, won a championship, and you know what it takes to win that title coming into this state tournament?
Yeah. I mean, just having the nerves that we know we've been here before and we know we can win it again. It just really took some of the nervousness away from it.
Scoring within the first couple minutes, did the game plan change at all, knowing that you guys are now playing with a lead?
Not really. We just knew we had to get the second goal. Once we got the second, we knew it was going to be over. So just getting one early was really big. So
finally, as you guys celebrate this state championship, you're one of 16 seniors on this roster. How close-knit has this team been?
Man, we're like family. I mean, we're closer than brothers. So just being able to go out there and win the big one for everyone is really huge.
And that you guys did. Riley, congrats. I'll let you go celebrate with your teammates, but congrats on the state championship.
All right, thank you.
Coming through with the game-winning goal in the second minute, Riley Can. Back-to-back years now for Middleton. Here is that game winner. Again, that came in the second minute. It would stay that way until the 61st. So Riley Can assisted by Luke Weber, then Sawyer Fitz-Randolph from Jimmy Murphy. Here's that move by Murphy once again, the broken ankle move, and then the blast there from Fitz-Randolph. And that would be it for Middleton. That's all he needed. 22nd win, unbeaten over the last 12, and you see the final totals.
Those are the two most difficult shots Middleton took on the day, and those are the ones they scored. They certainly had some other opportunities, hitting the crossbar a couple times, the post. Preble put up a valiant effort, but just not enough offense.
You see the shots, 8-0 Middleton in the second half. But again, the shots on goal 5-1, so only one shot on goal for the Preble Hornets back in a championship game for the first time since 2016. And note that, of interest, Middleton becomes the first D1 team to repeat, not named Marquette, since Madison West won back-to-back in 1987, 1988. The first title won in Neenah before they eventually moved the state tournament to Breeze-Stevens Field in Madison. We'll come back and put a wrap on the 43rd Boys Soccer State Tournament in a moment. But first, a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Back in Milwaukee, wrapping up the 43rd WIAA Boys Soccer State Tournament, crowning our final champion of the day in Division I. Middleton repeating. They shut out Green Bay Preble by 2-0. Final getting goals from Riley Can in the second minute, and then Sawyer Fitz-Randolph in the 61st. And Coach Paul's team once again is celebrating overall the program's third title, winning a D1 Golden Ball in 2004, and then last year's shootout win over Brookfield East before tonight's victory over the Hornets. But here's what we've seen here on Championship Saturday in Division 4. Lake Country Lutheran, their first ever state championship, defeating last year's D4 state champs Shoreland Lutheran. In Division 3, St. Augustine Preparatory Academy, a school's only been around since 2017, only their second year as a team eligible for WIAA postseason play. Their first ever state appearance, first ever state championship in shutting out Sheboygan Falls, who made their first ever state tournament appearance. That was a 2-0 final. In Division 2, it took a shootout. The game was scoreless through 100 minutes of play. It was a defensive, grinded-out battle between the Waukesha West Wolverines and the Elkhorn area Elks, and the shootout was no different. It took everything to get to that 2-1 final, and Waukesha West, for the first time in their team history, a state champion. After yesterday, they won their first ever state tournament game and 7 state tournament appearances. And now Middleton here at state for the 15th time. Now back-to-back years, and now back-to-back years are bringing home a state titles. They cap off a 22-3-1 season. Preble, a runner-up finish at 17-4-3. Kevin Paul's about to receive the state championship trophy. Never easy to win one, let alone back-to-back. And again, the first team not named Marquette in Division I to win back-to-back since Madison West in the late 1980s.
Matt, I think each team that won in regulation, our D4, D3, and our D1 championship, the champion was just the better team on the day. They controlled the game throughout. Both teams had opportunities in those games, but the better team walked away with the gold ball.
So as the Middleton Cardinals celebrate, what a day it has been here in Milwaukee, crowning 4 champions, 3 first-time state champions, a field of 16 that qualified for state, 4 had never been here before, a fresh feel to this 43rd edition of the WIAA Boys Soccer State Tournament, but the book now closed on another year. Eric, always a pleasure, a lot of fun to work with you again, our great crew behind the scenes. A day that began with the Lightning striking gold as Lake Country Lutheran brought home the Division IV title. And then, you better believe you're going to hear them roar. That being the Lions, St. Augustine Preparatory Academy, a D3 state championship. It took a shootout. It was a defensive battle. But after the Lions took care of business, it was Waukesha West. The Wolverines found a way to get it done. Huge save in the 5th round on the PK to knock off Elkhorn area. And now we wrap things up with Middleton, a repeat in Division I. Thanks to our entire crew. Matt Middleton saying so long from the Uihlein Soccer Park in Milwaukee. You've been watching the 43rd WIAA Boys Soccer State Tournament.
The 2024 WIAA Boys State Soccer Championships have been brought to you statewide by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation. Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. A proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years. Unauthorized use or rebroadcast of this program and live internet stream without the express written consent of Allen Media Group, Wisconsin Broadcast Division is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law.